Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back with me, Amelia Cahyani. So in this video, I'll make a tutorial how to make a Palindrome word recognizer with Thunkable. First, we can open the Thunkable website, then log in if you already have an account. After that, create new project and name it Palindrome word recognizer app and choose the education for the category. I use public and drag and drop, then click create. Before we make the code, first we can make the UI. I rename it become opening screen, and then for the background color I use image file. So I have to upload the image background, and I use the cover for the resize mode. And then I add the image for the title, same with the background image. And I use content to customize the size. Then I put the start button, and I rename it become start, and also rename it become start button for the component. I used the Naruto font, and for the background color I use AEB4557. And also don't forget to rename the image title so to make easier to create the code. Okay, next we can create the main screen. Just copy and paste the screen. For the title, I change the picture tile. And then I customize the become smaller and put into the middle of the top of screen. And the resize mode, I use content. Then we can add the text input and don't forget to rename it to component. And for the border width, I use 1.5 and border radius is 15. And for the color, I use 75, 75, 75. After that, I add the find button. I rename it find by clicking and rename it to component 2. Become find button. I use the Naruto font, and for the background color is AEB4557. After that, I add label for answer string with the label serve to compare the initial answer with the answer that is already behind. And I use Naruto font, and for the size is 20. And don't forget to text line become center. For the background color, I use D8, D8, D8 with A is 20. For the color border, can change into 0C, 0C, 0C with the A is 5. And put the shadow with the color is 70, 70, 70. So the radius I put 15 in here and opacity is 1.5. I'm sorry for the border text input I changed into become the width is 0 and radius become 15. Now to make the reserved label, you can duplicate it and change into reserved string and rename it to component. For the color is to be 3457. And after that, we can add the label a little question, just Palindrome. The font is 15, and the text line is centered. Okay, and then we can add the result label or the show result. And don't forget to rename the component. So for the background color, I use BAD7E9. And for the border width, I use 0 and the radius is 75. And then we can customize the size. And after that, we can add the reset button. So we just rename reset in here. After that, can add the back component so we can navigate into the previous screen. I add image for the left arrow and the cover. And add the back button. With the Naruto font. And with no background color. So I put on the left down screen and don't forget to rename the component. So this is the result for the UI. And this is for the main screen. We can type in here and click by find by clicking. So the enter string will show the result when we entered, and the receive string will show the processing of the word. And for the result, it will show the result, and for reset, is used to delay the data. So now we can go to the block. We can make the opening screen block too. First, we can add the start when clicking and navigate component to main screen. I'm sorry, for the main screen, we can rename it, become main screen. Okay, after that, we go to the main screen to make the block. Next, we can initialize the variable reserved with empty string. We also make the exchange variable. And then we can make the code for the find button. Just set up variable reserved and find by the click. Set a variable reserve and exchange. Then add a count with e from length of the text text to 1 by 1. Okay, then we can add the set add variable reserve join with the variable reserve and in text input text. And from variable e. And then we can duplicate it for make the exchange variable and into the exchange variable. And in text into a lowercase text input text. And outside of the count with a component, add the set for reserve spellable text to reserve variable. and then duplicate it for enter string to text input text. Then add if do else component and add equal component and add the lower component in text, lowercase component in text, and add the text input inside it and equals with exchange variable. Then add set result label to join text input text and rename it become space is palindrome. Okay, we can duplicate it for else event, then change into the string into space is not palindrome. Okay, next we can make the code for the reset component. We can add when reset button click, then do set text input text become empty string. Then set reserve string text to reserve string and make the same thing with exchange variable. Then set result label into empty string, then set reset button into reset. Then we can make the code for back component. We can just add back button when click, then navigate into opening screen. Then duplicate it and change it into the back image. So okay, the code is finished. Next we can try it the final. Okay, the start button is work, and now we can try the input random word. Oh, sorry, I forgot to set the text line center and the result label. Okay, then now we can try it again. For example, we can add hello world. Then yeah, it's success. And for the reset button is worked. Okay, next we can try the other word. For example, like it's like noon. Okay, it's work. And I think that's all from me. And thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.